Hello and welcome to a live recording of this episode of Pat Baer's Anime Club. It is my winter 2026 wrap-up and my spring 2026 preview. I hope you're doing well. If you're watching this on YouTube, this was recorded on my Twitch, and you could have seen it live if you wanted to, and maybe you will be able to see it in the future. See one of these in the future. I am going to be using anychart.net. Right now I'm doing anychart.net/winter-2026, and then I will use spring 2026 to do the preview. So let me just get that ready so I can put it in the chat, so that if people are like, hey, what are we looking at? Because there will be people in the chat. You, the viewer here on YouTube, you don't get to see that. Anyway, I do these 4 times a year when it's time to talk about anime, when there is anime to chat about. We are almost done with the winter season. We are technically, the spring season has already begun because there's one show that's already airing, but most of the spring season has not begun yet, and most of the winter season hasn't ended yet. So we're doing our usual thing. When I get to the spring season, there will be stuff that when I'm recording this video has not been announced for like Crunchyroll or any of the other services that may change between now and then. In the comments, let me know. If you're like, oh wait, actually that show did get picked up, dummy, and I'll be like, okay, great. You don't have to be mean. But let's get into it. We're going to go through all of these shows. I'm going to tell you if I watched it and my thoughts on it. And sometimes I'll let you know why I didn't watch a show. Like, 'Tis Time for Torture Princess Season 2. I did not watch this show because a very simple reason. I didn't watch the first season. And so I didn't watch the second season without watching the first season. This seemed fine. I know that this is like, it's one of those things where, like, I'm sure it's good enough. But there's already a better version of this, which is like The Sleepy Princess, which is like so fucking funny that I'm like, I don't know about this one. I think I'm okay. I'm all right. So I didn't watch it. I did watch, time of this recording, the 12th episode is not aired yet, but I've watched 11 episodes of A Gentle Noble's Vacation Recommendation. A thing to remember about this season is that there are plenty of boys love anime this season. We've got so many different options, and it's pretty rad. This is one of the 3 boys love isekai, which is a very rare flavor of isekai, honestly. There's way more like cross-dressing or gender swap isekai out there. Gender swap is really a better term for that. Well, there is some cross-dressing as well. There are like guys who got reincarnated as girls, but then dress as guys, but then get found out that they're girls. That happens. Or like girls who are reincarnated, but because it's a story, but it's like a romance harem thing, they pretend to be boys so they can romance the lead girl, that kind of thing. This case, this is not explicit in its BL nature, which is of course fine. But every character in this ding-dang show is a handsome man, and they all seem to really like the main character. Everybody's a handsome boy. This is one of the least animal or lizard-like beast man I've ever seen. It's kind of wild that he is like just a guy that is also part lizard. It's like, come on. Show doesn't know anything about furries. What are we doing here? Anyway, it's like very good. I will say it is very good. It is not great, but it is very good. You could do so much fucking worse, and believe me, I have, when it comes to any sort of representation of any sort of less mainstream thing. But yeah, this is a show that is clearly for the female gaze, the straight female gaze, but you don't have to be a lady who likes shows about boys to like this one, for sure. A Misanthrope teaches a class for demi-humans. I did not watch this one. It did not... Power dynamics are important to me. This will come up several times in this particular video. And just the very nature of the well, he's going to heal as much as they are. And I'm like, then get out of here. No, I'm good. I didn't need to watch this one. Also, there was romance, and I'm like, I hate that. I hate that so much. I hate the whole I'm going to marry my teacher trope. It's gross. I don't need it. So I didn't watch this one. I also didn't watch An Adventurer's Daily Grind at age 29. I was kind of interested in this one. This guy who is kind of getting older for adventuring. 29 is not that old, but he's kind of settled. He's in the boonies. He's the only adventurer in the boonies. So his daily routine in the dungeon is important for the whole town, and he's kind of found his peace. And then he meets this little girl, and he's got to help this little girl out and kind of train her. But also I'm not even going to get into it. Literally, I don't want to get into this shit. She has a secret, and it's played for laughs in a way that sucks. So you don't have to watch this one. If you did and you liked it, cool. I was not interested. I did get warned by some people, there's the thing about this one, and it's not great. Anyway, I'm Falling in Love with You, Season 2. Continues to win the award for my favorite name of an anime I'm not going to watch. Anyway, I'm Falling in Love with You is a great name for a romantic drama. You may remember this show as the anime based on the first, as far as I can tell via research. Anyway, I'm Falling in Love with You is the first manga to be set in a world where COVID was a thing. Because the incident, the beginning of the show is, first season is, our main character is mad because there is a mysterious illness affecting the world, and she's not going to be able to have her birthday party. And then it just becomes a show about childhood promises and 4 eligible bachelors who all want to be with our main character, and it's just kind of rote and trite. But it is the first manga to acknowledge that COVID is a thing. So that's interesting. It's a mysterious illness, but it's interesting. It's not the only one, but it is the first. So that's kind of interesting. It doesn't mean I want to watch this one. I did watch some romance this season, just not that. Blue Miburo Season 2 is a show that I did not watch. I did not watch the first season of it, so I did not watch the second. Card Fighter Vanguard, I've not watched any of the card fight shows. I do love their names, so I will acknowledge Card Fight, Vanguard, Dividends, Paralytic Clash is a very good name that also trips me up. Which is a sequel to Card Fight Vanguard Divine's Deluxe Finals. The finals happened, and then they were like, now it's time for the 5th season. Paralytic Clash. Also, a thing to point out, because this will also come up a couple times, but also if you're your future. Generally, I'm not saying all the time, but generally, if you see multiple studio names, that is a red flag. That often means that a studio is doing all of the CGI animation outside of the digital. It also could mean that there is that they're splitting the animation, or there's some live action elements, another studio is working on that. Sometimes it's fine, but oftentimes, especially if it's not an action series, if you ever see 2 studio names on a show that is not an action series, then something is going wrong. That's just my opinion on it. Chain Soldier Season 2, did not watch the first season of Mato Shihai no Slave, so I did not watch the second season of Chain Soldier. Again, 2 studios. Yeah. Hey, if you liked the first season, I'm glad you got the second one. Not for me. I did watch this one, and this is pretty good. Is this the best show with Witch in the title this season? No. But it's still good. Champion Witch is like, yeah, man, it's pretty cool. It's like a witch who is lonely and kind of doesn't even realize she's lonely. Like, she hasn't been around enough people positively to even understand what she's missing out on. And then that changes. And the supporting cast is very good. This one was really fun. I would say if this was on your maybe list, you should bump that up and to like, I gotta go back. Because I think it's solid. I think it's a good one of these. I like a supernatural show that is borderline slice of life. And that's what we got here. But yeah, it was good. I did not watch Dark Moon, The Blood Altar. I'm sorry, that's in capital. I have to say Dark Moon, The Blood Altar. This is Twilight, but it's a reverse harem Twilight because there are 7 boys. There's one thing about this description that I really love, which is when Suha, a female student who hates vampires, transfers to the academy, the boys find themselves irresistibly drawn to her. It's so funny that they have to be like, and now her quirk is that she hates vampires. Because it's a thing where I'm like, maybe everyone else has accepted vampires, so she's a weirdo, but it just seems so funny to be like, and you need to understand, these 7 vampires like a girl that hates vampires. If you can believe it, it makes me laugh. I didn't watch this because it didn't look good. I didn't watch Dead Account. That didn't look good either. You know what? I'll say this. I'll say this. I don't care about shows about street. I have not yet cared about a show which premise is streaming is a thing, and also there are dungeons and powers and things like that. I am negative. I have negative interest in a show that is like, well, streaming's popular, but also what if dungeons were real and we're going to follow this famous streamer, or like this streamer. This person accidentally streamed themselves being awesome in a dungeon, and now they're popular because they're so awesome in a dungeon. Like, I just don't. I think the big part of it is I don't care about the chat, because the chat, like, these shows and manga often rely on information presented by the chat, and I don't care about that. That's the Greek chorus. Those aren't characters. They're never characters. And so that part doesn't interest me. So, like, this show didn't interest me. I'm sure there's going to be a good one. I'm sure someday there will be one that I go, that's the streaming show I actually like. I'm much more interested in, like, the lives of streamers outside of being a streamer as an anime. That's more interesting to me than, we just added streaming elements to this. Like, it's just an action series, but he's talking to a camera. And sometimes there's just a bunch of text on the screen. I'm like, I'm not into that. The 13th episode of Fate Strange Fake, which is the sequel to Fate Strange Fake Whispers of Dawn, which I think is just a prequel episode. I am happy for friends who like Fate, the Fate series, that this is apparently a good one of those. This is apparently positively received by the community of people that like the Fate series. For me, the only Fate show I watched is the one about Emiya cooking, because that one is really fun. And I know just enough about the Fate shows to get some of the in-jokes within the show, but mostly it's just like fun characters eating food and one episode playing volleyball. But it is just like That's a fun vibe. This doesn't do anything for me. I know some of them are like in the universe and they're like not part of the Holy Grail shows, and then there's some that are in the universe and they're like inside virtual reality for some reason. This is not that. This is just like a main storyline thing, but an alternate thing because it's in America. I will say that there are clips of this. They don't go, seemingly, again, this is secondhand information. This is from friends, that they don't go hard enough for the fact that this is set in America for viewers' liking. Again, the people I've talked to, that they could have done more with the setting. But I hope you liked it, if you liked the Fate shows. And I'm glad it was well received. I am watching. We still have 2 more episodes left at the time of this recording for Fire Force Season 3 Part 2. It's just so fucking good. Because it is so plot heavy and so action heavy right now, the quirks of the series that are Mineta elements, I should clarify, I'm not talking about the character Mineta specifically. I'm talking about what Mineta represents, which is a deal breaker character or plot line or something. It is something much like Mineta that you have to tell people, like, this show rules. There is a character in it that will make you ask me why I think the show rules, and I'm sorry that character is there. In this case, there are multiple. The ladies don't get to do a lot of good shit in Fire Force. It sucks. They are often being rescued, or they are doing their best and it's not good enough. And there's the one character who has bad luck and her clothes fall off all the time. And I am not exaggerating that. And it doesn't get better for her, in my opinion. And so there is a Mineta. There is a Mineta, which is just female characters in this show. That being said, the action is beautifully animated. David Production is doing a phenomenal job with this one. It is a great adaptation of Fire Force. There are black characters in that show that are not embarrassing, which is always a nice thing to be able to say out loud. That comes from both my personal observations, which mean less than other people's in this regard, but also people I trust whose opinions matter to me that have said to me, hey, the representation in this is pretty fucking good, huh? And I will take their word for it. Again, they do not speak for a culture or a people. They speak for themselves. So take that as you would. Fire Force Season 3 Part 2, solid as hell. It's got 2 more episodes for me to be psyched about. I think it's going to be pretty good. Frieren, Beyond Journey's End, Season 2. The second season of Frieren is going to be... oh, that's right. It's only 10 episodes. I keep saying 11 episodes. It's only 10 episodes. And that 10th episode is wrapping up here. I was saying that it was 11. My apologies. Hey, it's fucking great. Guess what? Frieren Season 2 is the best anime of 2026 so far. And every other excellent anime that's coming out this year has to be better than Frieren to be my favorite anime of 2026. Fucking Frieren did it again, where it started in the beginning of the year, and now I gotta fucking put every other good show up against it. And I don't know if they fucking got the juice. It's not even as good as the first season, but it's still so fucking good. And it would be hard to be as good as the first season, with it being exceptional, unbelievable. My favorite show of the 2020s. One of my favorite shows of the 2000 anythings. An unbelievable show. It's season 2 of Frieren. Like, look, I understand. There are people who do not like Frieren because they have watched clips of the coolest action scenes in Frieren, right? But they haven't seen, and then they go and watch the show, and like the cool magician they saw, or mage they saw, that is in like the last couple episodes of the first season, isn't in the first episode because she doesn't show up until late in the show. So I can understand if you only see the action clips, you'll be like, why does this show spend so much time talking about like a character that has already been long dead? And it's like, because Himmel rules. And Himmel and Frierin's journey together is important when you look at the journey that Frieren is on right now in the show. It's so good. And if you don't like its low moments, I understand. I wish you did. I wish you loved it like I love it. I can't make you love it like I love it. But if you like bounced off of it, maybe give it another try. Welcome to the chat, Lysandus. Frieren Beyond Journey's End Season 2, wrapping up in a couple days. Madhouse is... Madhouse is probably my favorite animation studio right now because Mappa, I think Mappa is maybe the best, but I know that Mappa has an institution of wearing people down and really mistreating its employees. And I don't know if Madhouse is doing the same thing, but I don't know anything yay or nay about Madhouse, but I do know about Mappa. So it's like, I think Madhouse might be my favorite studio right now. Phenomenal work on Frieren. Jesus Christ. Golden Kamuy final season. Or not Kamuy, Kamui. I don't remember how to say it. I dropped this show like 2 seasons ago. I am glad that people are getting the 5th and final season of this show. It has comedy elements, but it's not a comedy. But I will say this, and I will say it again in the spring preview. Anytime anything comedic gets multiple seasons, I am happy. As a fan of comedy and a person who is used to comedy shows getting a single season. Again, this is an action series that's funny. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a comedy first. It's an action series with its comedic moments, but it's gotten a 5th season. And it's finishing the fight and finishing the story. And I think that's rules. I think that's rad and good job. Congratulations. Yeah, not my thing, but I respect it. Hell Mode, the hardcore gamer dominates in another world with garbage balancing, is a show that I think is pretty great. But I understand if you don't want to watch it. It's an isekai. The character isn't necessarily overpowered because he picked a world. He got to choose what world he was going to go into. He didn't know he was being reincarnated, but he picked the hardest world possible. And he's still thriving with his skills. An element about the show that's great is he makes a lot of good friends and they stick with him. And then he's expanding his friend pool and the adventures are solid. I've given up on the manga because it's just an epic tale that I'm kind of bored with, but as a 1 season, I don't think it's going to get a 2nd season. Maybe it will, but as a 1 season show, it's got some good action. As far as isekais, he's not overpowered. He's just tenacious in his being a guy that loves battling. He's a battle junkie, and I think it's like a fun show to watch. So that's Hell Mode. Is it my favorite isekai this season? No. No, it's not. I did not watch Hell Teacher, which started in 2025, the remake of Hell Teacher. I did not watch the first part of that. Look, just in general, I'm probably not gonna watch a remake. There are obviously 2 notable examples in recent memory. I think the Ranma 1/2 remake is phenomenal. I think the Urusei Yatsura remake is phenomenal. That's it. Other remakes I haven't tried. I heard that Spice Wolf was good. I think I've heard good things. No, I didn't hear good things about Orphan. That felt like they just redid Serious Sorceress Stabber Orphan. They didn't update any of the jokes, and that show felt dated when it came out. So I was like, oof. Fruits Basket. There you go. Fruits Basket. They remade Fruits Basket and continued the story and finished the story. And it was great. It can be done. But I am generally not like going out of my way to try a remake. This is me. Hell's Paradise Season 2. Mappa somehow doing two, like, that's crazy, right? Obviously, turmoil in the studios consistently. We only really knew about it because they started doing a lot of having a lot of freelancers and contract work from people from other countries who were just like, hey, I didn't sign that NDA. This shit fucking sucks. That place is garbage. Supposedly, the NDAs got better. Working conditions also supposedly got better. We don't know. Mappa's still doing fantastic animation. I will say, when we talk about another series later, they did have rough patches previously. Things have kind of seemed to clean out a little bit. I haven't watched any of Hell's Paradise, say all that. I've heard very good things. I just wasn't interested in watching it, so I haven't. It's on my list. Hell's Paradise Season 1 is still on my, hey, you should start watching this, Pat, list. We'll see. High School, this is another remake that I heard was good. But I have no interest in it because I didn't like the original, and I don't think it was a bad adaptation. But yeah, I've seen the original, didn't think it was great, so I didn't watch this. Didn't watch that. I don't think, did that get picked up? No, I didn't get picked up, so. In the Clear Moonlit Dusk is good, man. This is some good shit. We got one episode left. It's all of the trappings of a BL, but our main character is a lady. And it's great because she is the prince kind of character. This kind of androgynous towards masculine, beautiful, but handsome. She's a handsome high school girl. And she's the kind of girl that girls have crushes on that aren't gay. Straight girls have crushes on her, right? Because she is a safe masculine idea because she is not interested in them. So it's a safe crush. And then she meets a guy who is also a handsome, pretty boy. And they fall in love. And it's great. It breaks my red flag rule of two studio. I don't know why two studios worked on this. But yeah, it's rad. It's just like cute and sweet, and like I said, it's got the tropes of BL because of her handsomeness, I should say. But it's not. It's just a hetero romance. It's great. Speaking of great, this is like my second favorite show. I just, right before this recording, finished episode 12. I'll talk about it on my live streams in a couple of bits here. I am able to say this to you, and this is an unbelievable, shocking surprise for me to say. Studio Dean, you did a good anime. It's been a long fucking time since Studio Dean made something that I like. They dropped the ball a lot. Isekai Office Worker, The Other World's books depend on the bean counter is it is the other major BL Isekai. And it is boys love. It is a slash fic plot come to life in that a character cannot handle the magic of a world he's been accidentally summoned to, and is thus ends up having a barrier and have his magic or a barrier replenished via physical contact. The two characters have sex and are falling in love with each other. I'll talk about the 12th episode outside of here. I think it sticks the fucking landing. I want more. I might see if the light novel has a translation. I don't know if there's a manga. There might be a manga, but I'd be interested in reading it because I want to know more. Shinichiro, man, got to figure out his priorities, but I'm digging it. I'm digging this one. This one is really good. If this is a show you did not see, I say this is a high priority of something you should check out. I also say that about Journal with Witch, although there is a part of me that is dreading this 13th episode. It's one of the best shows this season. I made an error in judgment. I didn't watch this at first, and I was like, all right, I've got a Sunday. I'm going to watch a bunch of these episodes. And I watched 3 episodes in a row. It was like episode 3, 4, and 5. And I had more time to keep watching them, and I had more episodes to watch, but I had to stop. This is not a show you marathon because it is emotionally devastating. It is a lot. If you are not ready to handle this, put it on your maybe list. Put it on your to-do list. It is just, there is so much grief. It is, and I should say, it's fucking understandable and reasonable. Everybody is hurting in this show. And maybe they don't always do the best choice or the right choice, but they make choices and they're trying. Everybody's fucking trying and doing their best, and it's heavy and a lot. And goddamn, Journal with Witch is great. I joked earlier that it wasn't the other show wasn't my favorite show with Witch in the title. This is. There's also next season going to be another show with Witch in the title that I'm very excited about. God, I'm so worried about saying the name of that show because I've never said it out loud. Anyway, Journal with Witch fucking whips ass, man. It's great. It's unbelievably devastating. But hopeful, yeah. Slow paced. I'm thrilled it got an anime adaptation. You know, sometimes shows come out and it feels like it's all entertainment. It's all a business, right? Anime's never been hotter, so a lot of stuff gets made. But this is one of those things where, sometimes a show that is a commercial product can also be artistic and can mean something to people. And like I said, this is not a thing to marathon. Whew, but it's really good. So yeah, highly recommended. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, The Culling Game Part 1, another MAPPA show. Part of Season 2 looked like ass because of the situations with the studio. Again, you don't need to hear me talk about that. If this wins Anime of the Year over the Crunchyroll Awards next year when they do the 2026 awards and it beats out Frieren, I'll fucking understand. It won't for me. This is not my favorite show of the season. This is this is in top 5. I'm just not as into Jujutsu Kaisen as other people. And also, I know what I know about MAPPA. And so, I have to take stuff with a grain of salt. Doesn't mean I didn't love Zenshu last year. I just made a video about how Zenshu is one of my favorite originals. And that's a MAPPA joint. It's MAPPA talking about creativity and loving art. And it's yeah, I get it. I ain't Frozen. Solid. I don't know. It's still it's still got a lot of good action. The minor characters are great. We mourn the characters that are no longer with us that we thought were rad. And the fight scenes are choreographed exceedingly well. What can I say? MAPPA knows how to do a fucking fight scene. It's great. I didn't watch Kaya-chan Isn't Scary. You're not fucking getting me with this one. Okay? There are things that I am not interested in when it comes to anime. And one of them is children in peril. And this show is just about a child in peril. And you can say comedy all you fucking want, but it ain't funny. No, thank you. It's kind of interesting as a premise, but I don't want to watch it. I also don't really like horror, so that already is a tough sell for me. We got to find some adults that can see spirits, goddammit. Shouldn't be up to this kid. Kaya shouldn't be doing all the work. Medalist Season 2, didn't watch it. I'm not watching shows that are on Hulu and Disney Plus. Just not gonna. I don't want to. The exception I make is that I make an exception for Bleach. When Bleach is on, I will find a way to watch Bleach, but that's it for me. My Hero Academia Vigilante Season 2. I don't love this, and even though My Hero Academia, obviously the final season was phenomenal, was fantastic last year. Was my anime of the year. God damn it. Which some days it's City, but I stick with it most days. Most days it was still My Hero Academia. These characters don't draw me in the same way. I like them, I just don't love them. I haven't finished this. This is episode 13 is coming up, but I'm at like episode 7. I will finish it. It's just not a priority for me. I don't love it. Bones Film is a good studio. I still think of them as Bones. They're Bones Film. Whatever. I have not watched this Fire Slayer, The Legend of Phoenix. I have not watched a single episode of this. You know, there's something interesting about this era, like the Edo period firefighters, but it's not really what it is because it's got like fires and spirits and stuff. Yeah, I'm okay. It's kind of interesting, but I'm good. Once again, folks watching the live chat, if you've watched any of these shows, you can let me know what your thoughts on them if you've seen any. Reincarnated as a Dragon Hatchling, I dropped. I started watching it, and I realized I didn't care enough. It's not that good. I give almost every isekai a shot. I didn't give this one a shot. Roll Over and Die. I will fight for an ordinary life and my love and curse with my love and cursed sword. Every once in a while there is an anime that I don't remember from the preview, and I'm like, is this a joke? Did they just add this one? This is a revenge tale about somebody who didn't understand her ability and then got abandoned. It is a kicked/banished. We'll go with banished. It is a banished subgenre thing. And so, yeah, she just like takes a cursed sword. But guess what? She's got this ability that makes the cursed sword great for her to have. And then she gets her revenge, I guess. I don't know. Roll Over and Die is a good name for an anime. This one I was just like, I don't know. Scum of the Brave. Did not watch this one. This is a 2-core, so it's continuing. Did not watch this one. It's a mafia story and with magic powers, and I've seen those before. This is anime, right? It's a weird thing when I can say, this is a show about mafia guys with magic powers, and I've kind of seen that enough. But that's true. I've seen several anime about mafia families that have supernatural powers. It's not a trope, but it also isn't a new idea. It's weird to say, but it's true. Sends to be a hero is trying to do something cool, and I appreciate that. It was originally supposed to come out last year, got pushed. It is a story about like hero, the term hero being used derogatorily, basically, like, or ironically. It is trying to say a lot or something about religion and faith and war. I don't think it's doing a good job of it, but it is trying, and I will give them that. I will give the show that it is trying to talk about those things. Yeah, it's just not great. Playing death games to put food on the table is another Studio Dean. I did not watch this one. The idea of a professional death game player is maybe interesting. I just don't like death game. I don't like the battle royale as a genre. I don't particularly care unless the twist is like there are two different manga that I have enjoyed where it is someone being trapped in a death game who has supernatural powers. One was just like a magician, like secret cabal of magicians got sent to one, and the other was like an isekai returner, and he returns and he gets in a death game and he's like, I mean, I can summon dragons. This is not going to be a problem. Like, that's like a fun twist. This one, that there wasn't a twist to me. This did not look good. I did not watch this one. Star Detective Precure. I have not watched any of the Precures. This is the 23rd Precure, and it was episode 9 of 51. It's literally a year of episodes, and that fucking rules. How many shows get episode runs of 51 these days? That's bonkers. Even One Piece is going seasonal. One Piece is going fucking seasonal. There are like a couple shows that still air weekly or every other week left. One of them is the Emperor's favorite show, so it's never going to go off the air. But yeah, congratulations, Star Detective Precure. You're getting a fucking year of episodes. That rules. Also, there's time travel. So I think there's going to be characters that were in previous Precures have already shown up in it, I believe. So it's something for the long-term fans, which is cool. But yeah, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch the Case Book of Arn. Vampire Detective is something that like makes me go, oh yeah? Okay. Now, this season is fun because this season we had a show about a girl who doesn't love vampires, and then we had a show about a girl who loves vampires. I don't have anything else. I guess it's just funny. Oh boy. The Daily Life of Part-Time Torturer is barely anime. It's barely animated. It is another BL that I'm not quite sure if it actually is, if it's just Pretty Boys. I stopped watching during the first episode. I was like, this is the episode that has the biggest budget. This is the one that's supposed to pull people in. This animation is fucking... This is a slideshow. This is a PowerPoint. Woofda. They got no money for this show. Hey, guess what? I didn't watch the Darwin incident. I didn't watch the show about a half man, half chimpanzee that goes to high school. And then a bunch of eco-terrorists show up to kidnap him. I didn't watch the Darwin incident. Amazon, you put out 2 of my favorite shows of 2025. And then you also put out the Darwin incident. The Darwin incident, I imagine, will be one of those shows that in 10, 15 years, you'll be like, can you believe this anime exists? And people will be like, fucking no, you made that one up. You definitely made that one up. Actually, that's a good idea for a future thing. I'm gonna write that down. Maybe that's a future Pat Bear's Anime Club. You know what? That's a future Pat Bear's Anime Club. Anime plots I didn't make up. There we go. Darwin incident. And I'll just talk about anime that exists that, like, I can't fucking believe it exists. Yeah, all right, there we go. Anime I didn't make. Anime premises. We'll go with premises. Anime premises I didn't make up. Jesus. Darwin incident. Get out of here. The Holy Grail of Eris is a show that I thought had already aired. I didn't love the manga, so I didn't end up giving this one a chance. But it is a returner. It is a reincarnation, or turn the clock back, do again show. But it just didn't. It's like she's got the spirit of somebody helping her out, kind of a thing. And I'm like, almost done with. Can't wait for the final episode of The Invisible Man and His soon-to-be wife. Man, this rules. This is my favorite. Yeah, this is my favorite. This is my favorite romance show of the season that isn't Bookkeeper, because that is my favorite, I think. So yeah, our guy is like an invisible man. He runs a detective agency. His secretary can kind of see him with her third sense or fifth sense, sixth sense, because she doesn't have she can't see. I feel like it's a pretty good exploration of that with some supernatural stuff. There is a queer character who the joke is that they didn't know that he had a boyfriend that he lived with, but that's because they didn't know about his personal life, not because he was ashamed that he's gay, just that he is he wants to separate work and home life, which is funny considering the main plot of the show is these two characters are going to fucking end up together. Now, you may say to yourself, Pat, I thought you hated this kind of dynamic, this power dynamic. And the answer is that I do hate it. I do genuinely hate it, both in reality and in fiction, boss and employee falling in love. I don't love that when it's two coworkers falling in love. Yeah, I mean that's going to be happening. That happens. So I'm fine with that. The workplace dynamic I don't love. This one I think handles it pretty well because he is just utterly charmed by her, and he is not. I think because I like him, and that sucks. That's not a good reason, right? It's not a good reason that I think I like him, so I'm not mad that they're gonna fall in love. They're falling in love because I like him. I don't know. It's fun and cute. It's very cute. I think that's a big part of it too. It's very cute. The villainess is adored by the prince of the neighbor kingdom. This is another reincarnation into a game. This is another isekai. I thought this was fine. I'm not done with villainous in an Otome game things. I think there's just been so many twists that just doing it quote unquote normal doesn't really do it for me. It's a good one of those. It's just one of those, and I've now started to see twists on that, right? Next season we're getting another one that's a twist on it that I really like. There was a cute girl in the hero's party, so I tried confessing to her. Is another isekai. This one just isn't fun to watch. I dropped the manga really quick. I think the premise is fun. He's like a mid-tier demon, but he's definitely strong enough to be the demon lord, but he doesn't want to be. And he's just kind of like hanging out. He's got underlings that he likes that are neat and he's kind of like brought them in under his wing. And then the heroes party shows up, and he's like, well, I guess I could just stop them or let them through. Oh, wait, I fell in love at first sight with the healer. And so then he pursues her. And the high points of this show are not them at all. They are not the high points of the show. The high points of the show are the other characters that you can't really see in here. The supporting characters that are trying to find their own love. And they have, in many instances, a bigger challenge than he does. Because he's a demon that just looks like a human, and they have a tougher time trying to integrate into human society, mostly because they want to stick with him. Those parts are the highlight, but overall, it's not that good. There's no freaking way I'll be your lover unless Next Shrine. The sequel to There's No Freaking Way I'll Be Your Lover Unless, which is a very good name. This is only 5 episodes, and I will say this is a fun enough comedy romance series. And I think 5 was enough episodes for the story they were trying to tell. It's not bad. It's just not great. And I watched a lot of romance. Here's the thing. Honestly, I watched a lot of romance this season. This was not the best one. A big part of this is Reniko isn't that great of a character. She's just not that great. She's just not that interesting of a main character. The supporting cast is way better than she is. That's my gut on that. I have not watched any of Trigun Stargaze, so I'm a broken record about this, but I'll say it one more time. Me not liking a thing does not mean that you can't like it, and I am not telling you that you're wrong for liking it. I did not like Trigun Stampede. Other people did. I did not watch a second of Trigun Stargaze because I didn't like Stampede. I hear some people didn't love this one. Other people like it just fine. The promotional clips they put out there, these screenshots they put out there to promote this show in official capacity looked like ass. And I was like, having Millie in this one isn't enough to get me on board. Sorry, it's not enough. Yeah, man. Nah. Tune into the Midnight Heart. I did not watch this one. I was like, wait, did I watch this one? No. It was a weird... the premise of this one didn't interest me at all, so I didn't watch this one. Wash It All Away is on my to-watch list. I have not watched it yet. At the time of this recording, I have not watched a single episode of this. There is something really weird about the idea that this girl has amnesia, and that's not even in this description. But it seems to be pretty important. I will watch it. I just haven't. In the future, maybe I'll tell you about it. But yeah, I do have plans to watch this one. Just haven't gotten to it yet. I did not watch much of. I watched some of Samurai Troopers here. Thank you very much, Nathan, for subscribing with Prime. Nathan X Explosion. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yeah, man. I appreciate that this was not a remake. It was just, hey, we're doing more Samurai Troopers. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it turns out, I don't think I actually like Samurai Troopers. I think I like the idea of Samurai Troopers because I watched I don't think I ever watched like every episode or even every episode in a row. I think I just liked the vibe of some episodes of Samurai Troopers. Because I was really hyped going into this, and then I was like, maybe I'm just old, but I didn't dig it. It might be perfect, but just not for me. I don't know. You and I are polar opposites. I have not watched this. This is also on my list. This is high on my list of anime that I do need to watch. The premise of polar opposites kind of didn't throw me off. It's just there was enough romance this season that appealed to me more, right? Like, she's outgoing and he's not. He's like stoic. And she's gonna kind of fucking force it to happen. And I was like, I kind of fucking seen these all the time. I don't know. What if we did an anime where the main character, who was a guy, has something fucking going on? Apparently he does. And I am going to watch this one, or at least I'm going to watch some of this one. I just haven't watched any of it. But I will at some point probably watch some of it. You can't be in a rom-com with your childhood friends, then why are you making this anime? This seems terrible. There was so much romance anime this season. It feels like some of these shows were sent out to die, including this one. Nathan says that Polar Opposites is really cute. The other couples are actually more interesting. I love that. Love that. That's great. But like I said, this is on my list. It's something I'm going to get to. But it's great to hear that the other couples are good too. But yeah, this, you can't be in a rom-com with your childhood friends. Like, I've said this before, it would take a lot for me to watch a harem anime, just from my age and how many harem anime I've given a chance to. I think you gotta be a fucking action isekai that is also a harem. If you are just a romance harem, like, I don't know. Oshinoko Season 3. This should be... How do I say this? We've got episode 11 coming out. I believe it is... Don't quote me on this. I believe it is longer length. I can't remember. It'll be out soon. Soon I will have finished the season. I have been a broken record in the second season, particularly, that there are two parts to this show. There is the part where it is young people who are trying to make it in the entertainment industry through acting, through music, through dancing, idol stuff, being popular, television personalities, whatever. And I don't think the show is good at that. But the show really wants to be about that. And the part that the show is good at, but doesn't seem interested in, is the other part of the show where the main two characters were, well, not the main two. The main character, the other character wasn't murdered. The main two characters are reincarnations, and they are the children of an idol they both really liked. And one of them was fucking murdered. And the whole show is him getting up, building up his repertoire and meeting people and making connections and investigating his murder. He's trying to find out who his father is because he's convinced his father had something to do with his murder, and also the murder of his now mother, his then idol that he liked a lot. And the season 3, they do more of the stuff that I think is great. So I'm happy about it. But it really doesn't want to do those parts. I don't know if any of this makes sense. I still maintain that Oshinoko Season 1, Episode 1, the pilot, which is a long episode, is one of the most insane things I've ever seen. Because it has to set up a lot. It has to introduce us to a doctor and one of his patients. We have to be introduced to an idol. And then we have to be introduced to, like, a lot of characters, death, supernatural effects, reincarnation, and then also murder. And then it's like, okay, now here's the show. Now we're going to time jump, and here's the show. And it's like, holy fucking shit. It's crazy. I think the mangaka had a lot to say about a lot of things about entertainment. Like, there's a whole fucking arc in season 2 about a mangaka that can't get let go of their work when it's being adapted to a stage play. And then we get to see the anime adaptation of the manga about that. And again, season 1, there is the terrible, just poorly done plot line about suicide that is based on real life events that had happened at the time of the manga. And they're handled terribly. And then when the mother of the woman that part of the story was based on criticized it, she got death threats from fans of the anime. So, like, I don't fucking know what to do with that, right? Like, Oshinoko, there's a lot to talk about, and I barely talked about the show. The music is very catchy. I don't fucking know what to say. There's just a lot of baggage with Oshinoko, and I also know that so many people hate the ending of the manga, and that's just like hanging in the air. There's just so much. There's just so much. I don't fucking know. Dogakobo is doing a good job, I guess. I'll leave it with that. We got some TV shorts. I didn't see any of the Choppers shorts. I didn't see any of these shorts, but there'll be one I want to talk about. I wish this aired somewhere. It's a jokey show set in the world of the guys joins Rao's army. It's just like Makoto no Ken, Fist of the North Star side story. That seems neat. I'd check that out if I could. This is the third and final Boys Love Isekai of the season. I did not watch this. These were episodes that were short. They were only on Ocean Vale because they are horny. This is a horny, very horny BL with limited animation that is a short, and so that was not worth paying the unbelievably high price of a subscription to Ocean Vale. So I did not do it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm good. Didn't watch this. I don't think anybody picked that up. Yeah. Let's see. Theater of Darkness. I think I'm on season like 4 of Theater of Darkness. I'm never gonna get caught up on that. I don't know what that is. Light anime. Oh yeah. Light anime. If you ever see light anime, don't bother. Light anime is just a term for limited animation anime. It is like barely beyond a motion comic. It is not worth your time. It is, you might as well be listening to a radio play. Blue Orchestra season 2, didn't end up watching that. These are leftovers. These are 2 cores, or their second core, or 3 cores. Didn't end up watching that. Genosha, 21 episodes. I am currently on episode 15 or 16, 15 or 16. I gotta look it up. I didn't know this was a 2-core, so I just thought it ended kind of crappily in the first season, but it was not. It was just the half of the season. I am going to finish this up. Genosha is way more interesting than it has any right to be, considering that it is just like, I don't know. It's Among Us or Mafia, but it's in space. So it's Among Us, but there's like time travel and alternate realities, and they tell you pretty early in the show why that's happening. There is a point to it. It's not a mystery. It is just like, oh yeah, this is on purpose, and you're like trying to figure it out. And there are characters that are different depending on who they are, and some characters who are the same, and some people who remember things, and some who don't. And it's like really fucking well done. It's cool. It is one of the best video game adaptation anime I've seen in a long time. I don't know. Get into it. I got to get caught up. Didn't watch that. That's not available because that is for children. I did not watch any of The Sound of Heroes. This looked very bad. I did not watch. There are more coming. The season is not over. I will tell you, I will once again say, you will never catch me watching To Your Eternity, any season, ever. You're not getting me. It might be one of the best shows. It probably is, in modern times, the best anime that I will refuse to watch. Children are just in peril. They're in peril. They introduce characters so you feel bad when those characters die. But they don't really die because they're a part of you. No, I'm not doing it. I wish I liked Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider. I wish I liked this show. I wish I did. I don't really like it. The references, I know that from friends of mine who are really into Kamen Rider, this show is a love letter to Kamen Rider, and that rules. But I am not that. And I tried. I picked this show up again like 3 times. I think I ended up in episode like 10. I'm just not into it. It's not for me. Movies. I would love to see All You Need Is Kill. You may remember that this is based on the light novel and the manga that Live, Die, Repeat is based on. The movie Live, Die, Repeat is based on All You Need Is Kill. Only in this case, it's a lady. And I would like to see this. I hope that somebody picks this up and it ends up on a streamer and I can watch it. New movie, 10th anniversary of that. That's fine. I would not mind seeing Doraemon. I would not mind seeing a remake of the 1983 Doraemon movie. That sounds pretty all right. The theatrical version of the show with some new scenes. I would not mind seeing that because I thought Milky Highway is pretty fucking cool. I should try to find that. Didn't see that. I probably didn't see any of these movies. I would like to see Labyrinth because it's an isekai. It is horror, and I'm not interested in that. But it is an isekai movie. That's fun. Hell yeah, more Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway coming to theaters soon in America. I didn't see any of these. I don't understand. Hey, this is a movie remake of Arcs. They keep making more Gintama, and that's incredible. I did not see Tears of the Azure Sea. I will see that at some point. There's a new season at the time I got reincarnated as a slime coming out next season. We'll talk about that later. So I would like to see this at some point. A re-edit of both anime seasons featuring new added footage and would depict the story of before the events of the TV series. Okay, after the events of the TV series. All right, that's kind of neat. So, what do they mean by OVA ONA? This is any show that only is a streamer or airs first as a streamer. The way AnyChart does it is they have everything listed that is on Japanese television first as TV, and at the end they do OVA stuff. So this is stuff that's like Netflix or Amazon or something like that. Do I think they should just start incorporating all of those? Yes, they have not. Baki, I am way behind on all my Baki, but I've heard good things about this Baki. Beastars, I lost interest in the first season. Maybe the second season, maybe I lost interest. I lost interest at some point. Oops, sorry. Blackjack Yanin, no, didn't watch that. Cosmic Prince and Kaguya. One episode aired. It was on Netflix. Okay, this is on my list. That's right, this is on my list. It's only one episode. It seemed kind of cool because it's a film, basically. I am not tired of Kaguya reimaginings. I might get there. I might get there someday, but I'm currently not tired of Kaguya, like, reimagines and remakes and stuff. So I will see that at some point. Didn't watch Duel Masters Lost. Easygoing Territory Defense by the Optimistic Lord. Have not seen the last episode yet. I will see it soon. As you can see there, it hasn't aired yet. Look, I can't really defend this one. I like it. It's a fun, easy watch isekai, and sometimes I just want to watch a fun, easy show. He's a prodigy. His skill is incredible, but his father doesn't believe in him, so he gets banished, and then he just keeps doing cool shit. And people really come to love him, and there's a great supporting cast, and he's just doing cool stuff. We're at the point now in the anime where we are past where the manga has gone, so I'm like, ooh, I don't know what's happening here. Just fucking fun to watch. Didn't watch that. No, didn't watch that. Hana Kimi, I didn't end up watching because I didn't think I would want to, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because it didn't seem that good. This didn't end up airing anywhere. Oh, no, it hasn't aired yet. I don't think Crunchyroll is going to pick up this. It's just a bonus episode. I think that means that there's a second season coming. I hope, because I do like this one. I think that is a fun series. It is a guy who gets isekai'd, but he can go back and forth. And as he gets stronger in the fantasy world, the kind of like special fantasy world, and gets stronger and cooler, he can start using some of those abilities to make his life a little better in the other world, which means that his life that sucked starts to improve. And it's cool and fun. Also, there's a cute dog that is definitely a magical wolf, and a cute pig that is a pig. And that just fun supporting characters. Jack of All Trades Party of None is not a good manga, so I did not watch the anime. Same thing for this one. Kunan the Sorcerer Can See. I don't like this manga, and so I didn't watch the anime. Love Through a Prism. I did not check this one out. It's on Netflix. I didn't have Netflix I haven't had Netflix this year. I am getting it next month. I might check this one out, but I don't know. MF Ghost Season 3. I did not watch this. I do not want to watch MF Ghost. I don't want to watch MF Ghost. I didn't see that. That looks kind of cute. Nobody picked that up. Noble Reincarnation, Born Blessed, will obtain ultimate power. I finished this show. This one is, I think, even harder for me to tell you should watch than The Optimistic Lord. If you like your overpowered main character to be young, if that is the thing you're like, oh, I love it when my overpowered main character, reincarnation, isekai protagonist, is a young person, then this might be the one for you, because he's a badass young man, and he grows a little bit, and he's still pretty fucking badass. I don't know. This one's kind of fun. It's a fun, dumb show. I did not watch this. I did not watch this. This is another one that I'm like, did I even know this existed? Nobody picked it up. It was 3 episodes. Princess Principal, I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about this either. 2 episodes. No. Steel Ball Run. Technically, this is part of the January, the winter season. Because the beginning part of it aired. It's coming out in like chunks. It's not in Netflix jail. It's just that it's got a staggered release as for different arcs coming out. The first episode of runtime of 47 minutes. It was really good. It's really fucking good. I don't know what else I can tell you. Like, you might be able to start. If you've never watched JoJo, you might be able to start with Steel Ball Run. I feel like, yeah, because the whole race element of it might be enough to bring you in. Maybe. I don't know. It's great. I didn't watch Timon's B-side. This is the other girl who is hiding her identity to be with someone that she is obsessed with. This one seems better than the other one. I just ended up watching it. Like I said, there was a lot of romance shows this season, and I can't watch all of them. Demon King's Daughter is Too Kind. I didn't watch that. I didn't watch The Idol Master. I haven't seen any Idol Masters. And okay, there we go. All right, so we now have to go over to the spring. Let's see. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to take a breath here. I'm going to drink some water. An hour and a half to do the to do that is pretty good for me. An hour and a half because there's always much more for me to say about the shows that happened because I watched them than the shows that are coming. Some of these shows we won't know what channel has them, what network, who picked them up. Hopefully they'll all get picked up. The ones that are interesting will get picked up. Sometimes they don't. If you want to follow along on this one, it's spring 2026. You can find that there in the chat. And I'm just going to talk about shows that I'm excited about and shows that I know I'm not going to fucking watch. We'll get into it. Alphabetical order, and we'll try to get through these in a reasonable time. 100 Seams of Awajima is coming from Madhouse. I don't think I'm going to watch this one. But I'll say this. Madhouse is a fantastic studio, and I'm happy when they do stuff that isn't action. Are they great at action? Of fucking course they are. But they're a well-rounded studio, and they could do stuff that isn't action. So even though this doesn't seem interesting to me at all, personally, I'm happy they're doing it. That's great. Agents of the Four Seasons, Dance of Spring. As far as I can tell, this is and again, this is coming up soon. So by the time this video is out, for people watching this on YouTube, they'll already know a bit about it. This is like human embodifications of the Four Seasons, and it is a romance drama. I don't know. It sounds kind of interesting. I might check it out. Akane Banashi. So I'll admit, folks, I don't know much about Rakugo. I know that it is a storytelling style. It is a performance piece that is often comedic, often dramatic. It has its roots in Japan, of course, as a performance style. I know that there are Rakugo performers who do performances in English. One of the current referees for Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling is a Rakugo who performs in English and Chinese and Japanese. And I have watched some of her performances in English just to kind of get a vibe. I don't think I'm going to watch this, but it's interesting. It's interesting that this is an interesting idea for a show. We don't know who's picking it up right now. They have a Facebook page. That's all I can say. So, I didn't see this listed as an isekai. Ashi Productions putting out an observation log of my fiance who calls herself a villainess. There is often a debate on if the main character is not from another world, is it an isekai? And to me, if the secondary main is from another world, you can call it an isekai. You know it when you see it, and to me, this is an isekai. Guy meets girl. Girl is trying to be a villainess because she is a reincarnation and she is in a fantasy world for her. It feels like this is one of those villainous stories where the main character is like, oh, I'm going to do the things that my character is supposed to do. And she can't really do it because she's not an evil person. And then there's Sho. And it's somewhat, again, it is from his perspective. But I think this is enough. The fact that his perspective is him observing this young woman who has definitely been isekai makes it an isekai to me. Maybe not to you, but to me it does. Ascendants of a Bookworm, adopted daughter of an Archduke. This is the adaptation of part 3 of Ascendants of a Bookworm, but it is it's confusing. It's the sequel to season 3. It's technically season 4, but it's part 3 of the manga or the light novel and manga. Basically, she becomes adopted to the Archduke. I kind of fell off the show. It's not enough of it is about the reading. But yeah, I'm not super into the show. Botan Kamiya fully blossom when drunk. Oh, that's right. Hey, we got a girl's love. We got some Yuri, everybody. We've got a slow burn romance slice of life about college students, where everybody is pretty psyched about the main character after she has a drink because she becomes more like alive. And it's just, yeah. I'm going to watch this one. Did anybody? Okay, Crunchyroll picked this up. Okay, great. I'm going to watch this one. It seems to be explicitly Yuri, so good. I'm going to give this a shot. I don't think anyone's going to pick this thing up. Candy cares. It's a weird premise, but I think this is a kid show, so I'm not gonna. I don't think we're gonna get an adaptation of it. Hey, I don't give a shit about Classroom of the Elite. This is Classroom of the Elite 4th season, 2nd year, 1st semester, which means it's not even an adaptation of the full 2nd year. No disrespect, I don't give a shit about Classroom of the Elite. I think that one clip where he's like kind of cool at martial arts is cool, but all the clips I've seen where he's like a mastermind, I'm just like, yeah, fuck you, kid. Daemons of the Shadow Realm. No, I'm okay. Diamond No Ace Act 2, 2nd season. I'm glad that there is more Diamond Ace for folks, for sports fans. It's not my thing, but yeah, I'm glad you're getting more of it. Dr. Stone Science Future Core 3, which is the third and final core of the fourth season of Dr. Stone. I don't know if that means this is the end, but I do know this. At some point soon, I can do a video about a dumb thing in this show. A thing from the manga I was told about a couple years ago. And I was like, I want to make a video about that because that's so dumb. But I was waiting for the anime to get to that moment because I don't think that's fair, right? So I think we're getting that in this core. So not this coming season, but in the summer I can do a video about this dumb thing. I'm excited about it. Unless I should wait for the whole. Yeah, I should wait. But I think it's coming in core 3 because hopefully there's not 4 cores of this science future. No, I'm okay with that. Even a replica can fall in love. No, I don't know. No. It's someone that is like a clone of a girl. And he's the person, and he notices that she's different. No, I don't want to watch this. I think I'm okay. But I am gonna watch. I'm gonna have to get High Dive again. I have High Dive right now. I'm gonna continue to have High Dive. I'm gonna watch Farming Life in Another World season 2. This shit he is so overpowered. It is such a harem. It is not good. I'm gonna enjoy the second season because I enjoyed the first season a lot. I like the big spider. I like the timber wolves that are there. I like how he is just so strong and people are so fucking freaked out by that. The reoccurring gag that they keep introducing new people in the village to the giant spider that terrifies them. And it's just a reoccurring gag that every once in a while happens. It's so fucking funny and good. Yeah. The idea that they keep the vampire, the vampire lord keeps learning about new things, and there's a reoccurring gag where they'll learn about some crazy thing that happens, and somebody that is working for the vampire lord quits. Like every time, they're like, "I'm out. I can't deal with this." It's very funny. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Oh, that's right. There's a centaur now. Yeah, I'll watch that. Fist of the North Star. There's going to be a new Fist of the North Star. It's a remake. I don't think they need to do that. Amazon has Fist of the North Star. This does not look good to me visually. I watched the trailer. Apparently the Farming Life manga is way hornier. Yes, Nathan, they toned it down for the anime. The manga is way hornier than the anime. You know that everyone is horny for him, but they don't make it as explicit about how horny they are. And the manga is that, yes. It played a bit more for laughs in the anime than the manga does. I don't think you need to do Fist of North Star. And if you're going to do Fist of North Star, it should look good. That's my opinion. It should look good. But again, you don't need to do it. Make something new. Gals can't be kind to otaku? I dropped this manga pretty early. I don't think I'm going to watch this one. Yeah. Worlds collide. Can they be friends? Can they be more? Can gals be otakus? Yes. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's great. I don't know. I didn't really like the manga. Ghost Concert, missing songs. The source is other. I wonder if the source is they made a bunch of music and now they're making an anime based on the music they made, and that's the source. It's like stage plays, maybe. Not. Wait. Creating music. A music app titled... No. I'm good. No. New game. Socially anxious senior sure does. He thinks back at the time of his life. Happy analyst it could have been. Oh, this is one of those. First 4 episodes, advanced screening. Yeah, man, I don't fucking... He went back in time. Can he fix his mistakes? Does he deserve to? I think I'm okay. I made friends with the second prettiest girl in my class. I think this is a lovely manga. I am interested in... There are a bunch of romance this season, but I think this one seems pretty good. Yeah, I think this one's... He's got something going on, which is a far cry from most of these guys. There's something about Umi, so... Not Umi, yeah, Maki, yeah. I want to end this love game. I bet is really frustrating. Look, there's something fucking funny about and interesting about friends that have been razzing each other for years and years, and then they both like each other, but they refuse. It's like Kaguya-sama a bit, where they're like, oh, he's going to lose. I'm going to make them lose the game because I know I've lost the game, but I'm going to make them lose the game, and then I win? I don't know. There might be something here. So, a girl that works in and lives and works in a manga cafe. This premise seems fun. And then I saw the ecchi tag. And I was like, well, how ecchi is the manga? And apparently, this girl's whole gag is panty flashing. Like accidental panty flashing, like it's a reoccurring gag. So apparently this thing is incredibly horny. And it's not that the characters are horny for each other, which is one thing. It's that the show is horny for you, the viewer. And that I'm not interested in. Which sucks because Girls Doing Things show about girls that work and live at a manga cafe could be very fun. But I don't need to watch the show if the reason to watch is because of the horniness, right? That I'm not interested in. Kill Eo is this show apparently again, I don't know. I haven't read the manga. This show is apparently like Detective Conan, but if instead of a detective, he's an assassin, because he becomes 13, and then he's like, well, you still need to be an assassin. Go to a middle school. And also there are assassins after him. So it's Detective Conan, but he's a killer. I don't know. That there might be something there to this. There's something to this that I'm like, that's pretty all right. Also, stung by a mysterious wasp is a funny idea, funny premise. Curio fan club. I don't know if this one is. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. This I've heard good things about this manga. I don't know if I'm going to watch this one, but I have good things about Curio Fan Club, that their dynamic, two girls who both like the same guy and have like competition with one another about how much more they like this guy than the other one, and it's all about their friendship forming because of that. And that might be interesting. I don't know. I might check it out. That's on my maybe list this month. Kujima, why sing when you can warble? Seems fucking weird as shit, man. This weird thing shows up in a family that are going through it. They're having trouble. And now this weird guy shows up who could talk and likes to hang out, that looks like some kind of weird penguin man, just kind of shows up and fucks up their whole life for the positive. And I'm like, all right. I might watch Kujima. Why sing when you can warble? That seems pretty fucking weird. I'm into it. Kunako to Majo no Kyoshitsu. Okay. I don't think this is going to be good because I don't like the manga of this. But I will say, Spica Virgo is a good name. Basically, there's a cat who's been cursed. She has to go to magic school but can't use magic. He's going to tutor her and help her out. And then also, he's got to kiss her, or she's got to kiss him to break the curse. I didn't really like the manga. I'm probably not going to watch this. But Spica Virgo is still a good name. This looks like one of the anime where the high school boys had to marry different monsters. Yeah. Yes, that did. That I agree. That did seem like yes. I am going to watch Garden of the Gods. Kushinoki's Garden of the Gods looks fucking fun. I have not read the source material. I don't know anything about this one. But I love the idea of just like there was like this terrifying house and he showed up and he like freed it. So now cool, fun monsters and gods are going to show up to hang out. That sounds fucking rad and fun. I'm in. The vibe of the trailer reminded me a bit of what was the name of that anime? I'm looking it up. How to Keep a Mummy. The anime is called How to Keep a Mummy. That is, I gotta find a reason to talk about that on Kuma Bear. I don't know when I would talk about how to keep a mummy on Kuma Bear, but I'm gonna write that down and see. You know what? Yeah, that fits in there. How to Keep a Mummy fucking rules. But this reminds me of How to Keep a Mummy in that it is the trailer anyway, that is the casual exploration of a guy who is just like having a pretty easy time with a lot of supernatural stuff. This seems neat. I'm reading a manga that is similar to this about a guy that a post isekai where he is so holy that he is basically saving Japan by just being there. Liar Game. I like Madhouse. I am not interested in this. Father wishes exceeding them, earning the label of foolish only girl. Least qualified candidate for high stakes Liar Game. I don't want. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't think. I'm not interested in that. This looks like a cute magical girl show. Fu encounters a mysterious spaceship and gains magical powers. Ryu also gets magical powers, and they get adults. The sister's powers become with two conditions. The magic powers can only be used in 1 year, and no one must know about it. Oh, that's kind of. Wait, why did they become idols? That's the part I'm like, wait, why are they idols? I was like, oh, that's kind of fun, but no, I'm good. Mao. Oh yeah, this thing. Nanaka passes through a portal into the Taoist era where exorcist Mao reluctantly rescues her from the jaws of a grotesque yokai. It's an isekai. Mao is an isekai. The Sunrise is doing this? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll watch at least a couple episodes of this. This looked cool. The trailer for this, I was like, okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm into it. Marriage Toxin. I keep seeing this manga on a list of things that I should watch, and I never have. Because it doesn't seem interesting to me. Oh yeah, this is the Son of the Detective. Yeah. This is kind of interesting in that, like, this dude is solving his own, often he's solving his own murder. Like, that's kind of an interesting twist on the whole, like, high school detective thing, trope. So I'm like, no. So I'm gonna watch the first episode of this because it's an isekai and because I think the plot of this does not interest me. This dude wants to get reincarnated as the, like, harem lead, happy ending, overpowered main character thing. And this goddess won't let that happen, doesn't want that to happen. And so there's circumstances around that. And then apparently this show is using a bunch of different animation techniques. The trailer, there is live action stuff. At one point, he's a Power Ranger. There's a Sentai element to it. There is claymation and stop motion. And so I'm interested in that. The story, I'm not interested in. The techniques are interesting. I hope that somebody picks this up, because right now I don't know how I would watch it easily, because it'll be on YouTube, but not available in my region probably. But I'm interested in checking this one out. I don't know if I'm going to watch all of it, but I'm certainly going to watch the first episode. Mistress Kanan is devilishly easy. Yeah, I'm not psyched about this one. I do like the idea of girl shows up to devour a boy and then ends up dating him. That's kind of funny, but I don't know. Needy girl overdose. In a world where likes are currency. Oh, go. My body just, like, seized up on that description. In a world where likes are currency and every viewer is a judge, OMG Kawaii Angel, also known as K Angel, is determined to become the ultimate internet angel. Yet beneath her pastel smile and lively streams, there's more than meets the eye. Ugh. No thanks. In a world where currency and every view is a judge, it's based on a video game. No, thank you. I don't know what this is. People noticed that Marie, the youngest daughter of a duke, was filled with potential. She raised the heiress. Oh yeah, I forgot about this one. So this manga is pretty good. The basic premise is a crown prince breaks up with her, but they're not engaged. Her cousin, who she doesn't look much at all like, except they have the same hair, he basically was breaking it off with her cousin, but he does it to her, and that starts the, like, will they won't they rom-com element of it, because she's just like, oh, well, you accused my cousin of being a villainess. I'll be a villainess, kind of a thing, but not really. Basically, she just like has never been engaged because they raised her to be the next Duke. And then they had a son, and they're like, okay, now we have to get you married, but you've never been engaged, so I don't know if it's going to work out. Yeah, this manga's fun. I don't know if I will watch this one, but the manga's fun, so I might. There's a lot of romance this season, so maybe I'll watch this one. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to watch that. Another pretty series. We never get the butt face anime, which is fine. Petals of Reincarnation. The trailer for this looked fucking awful. So it's not it's not an isekai. Basically, it is this woman has unlocked the ability to use the powers of your previous lives, as weapons, and it's like a battle anime. I don't know. It could be great, but it didn't look it. The fourth season of ReZero is coming. There are 2 big isekais this season that are like another season of a big isekai. This is one of the 2. I'm going to be watching it. I have heard a bunch of what happened in the episode because it aired in Japan it aired at a convention, so I've heard about it. I'm going to watch it. I'm stoked for it. I really like ReZero. It took me a while to get into it. I'm really into it. Reborn is a vending machine. I Now Wander the Dungeon is season 3 is not the big isekai I was talking about. Although season 3 does have an ending theme performed by Fuwawa and Mokuko, aka Fuwamoko, the twins from Hololive. It is one of 2 anime this season that has music from Hololive people, and that's fun. I'm happy for them. Reborn is a vending machine. Second season was fine. I'll watch the third season. Don't get me wrong, but it's not. Boxo is still good. The plot is wasn't as good in second season. Rooster Fighter has already started. Even at the time of this recording, Rooster Fighter is on Adult Swim and Disney Plus. It did not look interesting to me, so I have not watched any of Rooster Fighter. Snowball Earth. The premise is so funny. Look, I'm going to check it out because I do love mecha series, and I do want to check this one out. A boy named Tetsuo. The only thing he has, a giant robot. He's got a giant robot, and there's monsters from space, and then he shows up on Earth, and he's like, what the fuck happened? Basically, he went to space to fight a bunch of monsters, and then he's like, I'm going to Earth, and I'm going to make a friend. And he shows up on Earth, and it's covered in snow. And he's like, fuck, how do I make a friend now? And so I'm going to try it out. I love mecha shows. I don't know. It could be good. Tadaima. Ochama Samaru. Is this a... Okay, it's a guy who has a roommate. Is an otaku with a roommate. Her apartment gets connected to 2 neighboring rooms through a hole in the wall. I think I'm okay. I think I'm all right with this one. I don't need to watch this one. That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, season 4. You know I'm watching this one. I think this season is going to go past the manga because there was a long break in the manga, and there's actually another break happening right now. So I think this is going to get caught up with the manga, and might even pass it. Because we got Leon stuff is just starting to happen in the manga. So I think by the time this is done, I'm fucking stoked, man. I love this show, and I enjoy the manga parts of this, so I'm excited to see where we go. I did not watch The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, so I do not expect that I will be watching the second season. I will watch the second season of The Beginning After the End, season 2. I thought the first season was solid. It is a slow burn because the source material, the mangaka, this is not manga, the manhwa, this is a South Korean comic. I think the source material is very slow. It's a great isekai. And occasionally devastating. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, it's this part of the arc. Yeah, okay. The Drops of God. World-renowned wine critic has passed away, leaving behind a wine collection over 12 billion yen. His will states that his collection will be given to one who can identify the origin and year of 12 wines he chose, and the 12 apostles, and one that's superior to even them, the Drops of God. I think I'm okay. I do love, that's a funny idea. A world-class education in wine, but has never drank a drop. Okay, that's kind of funny. And the guy that he adopted is his son. What? This is a weird premise. I don't think I'm going to watch it, but I applaud it for being a weird premise. The klutzy class monitor and the girl with the short skirt. I don't think I'm going to watch that. I didn't love the most heretical last boss queen from Villainous to Savior. The first season I didn't love, but I'll probably watch the second season because I didn't hate it. Ramparts of Ice. What's going on? 2026. Lots of romance shows in both the winter and now the spring season. Lots of romance. I don't know about that one. The Warrior Princess and the Barbaric King. I think this manga sucks, so I'm not going to watch it. Basically, she goes to fight a war. She loses the war. Turns out she's been asked to be married to the guy that she thought was going to kill her. And then maybe the barbarians aren't so bad after all. And it's not a great manga, so I don't think I'm going to watch that. Welcome to Demon School Irmakun Season 4. There are 3 big Season 4 isekai. Now, I've had this debate before. The mangaka does not think that this show is an isekai because it's in the demon world. Irmakun was from Earth, and then he got sold to a demon in the demon world. But to me, that's a different world than the one he's used to. Look, let's celebrate this. Please celebrate this with me. Even if you don't like the show, if you've never watched it and you don't think you ever will. Season 4 of a comedy. It's an action comedy, but it's a comedy. It is a genuinely funny show that got a 4th season, and that's bonkers. I'm so stoked about that. Unbelievably excited. So happy that there is a 4th season of Welcome to Demon School Irmakun. I'm going to try to get through the rest of these here because we've been going now for 2 hours, and I can feel my voice getting mad at me. Waited 3 years for Irmakun. Indeed, Nathan. We waited a long-ass time. Also, I didn't even say this, it's a 2-core. It's 24 episodes, which is also a staple of Irmakun, is that they get, like, 2-core seasons, like, double length. Like, I think one was, like, 21 episodes. They get episodes to tell the story. It's a comedy that has, like, so much and is given so much, and it's so rare. I'm so stoked about that. I didn't like Wistoria, so I'm probably not going to watch the second season because I didn't like the first season that much. Okay. It's not Altier. The R is silent. Witch Hat Altier? Altier? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll learn. I promise you I'll learn because there are multiple anime with that word in the name. Witch Hat is a show that I'm excited about. It is the witch anime I'm excited about this season. It is probably the one that has the most hype going into it of a new show. Coco wants to be a witch, y'all. We love Coco. It's real good. It's really good. The source material is phenomenal. The manga's fantastic. I am excited about this one, and I will learn. I know the R is silent. I know there is a French pronunciation, and then there's the English version of that French pronunciation. But it is a word I have never had to say out loud before. I've only read. Okay, so Ghost Valve says untelier. Untelier. Untelier? Witch hat untelier? Yeah, untelia? Untelia? I'll learn. I'll practice before because at some point I'm gonna have to make a Pat Bear's Anime Club video where I talk about the show because I'm fucking stoked about it. I'm gonna be watching every episode. We got 12 days and 10 hours the time we was recording. I'm not gonna watch this fucking shit. High Dive got this one. High Dive, what are we doing here? I've mentioned it earlier. I do not like the power dynamics, and this is a like, oh, the scary teacher is actually nice once you get to know her, and it's ecchi, and literally the boobs are being grabbed in the fucking promo photo, and I'm not in. I'm out. The second season of Mission Yakuza Family, I didn't really like the first season. I don't think I'm going to watch the second one. TV shorts. Ocean Vale has Do You Like Big Girls? And they have the... Okay, so look, this is a rom-com thing about girls that are big because they're on the volleyball team and a short king that is entangled with them. I'm not going to watch that. I'm not going to get Ocean Vale. This is important to recognize as you look out there about anime. You can see here that there are 2 Ocean Vale links, and that is because Ocean Vale is going to be doing 2 versions of this. The ecchi version and the X-rated version. So if you ever see Ocean Vale's logo twice, and they link to, you can't see that, but I can see that it links to 2 different pages. That is because they're 2 different versions. So if you want a particular version of this, you can get it. Ingoku Danchi, a married woman's erotic suspense. I think I'm okay on that one. Marika's Love Meter Malfunction. This is another Ocean Vale that has 2 versions, so I'm good. Episode 1 received advanced screening at Anime Fest. Yes, there's the regular season, and then there's the ecchi season. Leftovers. We talked about these leftovers. There are only 2 leftovers. Some movies. I'll scroll through this here because we still have the OVAs. Oh, that's right. There's a movie adaptation about the successor arc. A Regular Magic High School is a fucking weird show that just gets weirder and weirder as it goes. There's a Detective Conan movie. This is a 29th Detective Conan movie. Mononoke. It's the 3rd. Oh, that's right. It's the 3rd movie. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I don't love horror, but it's fucking gorgeous. I don't know. Oh, that's right. Euphorium, Sound Euphorium, the final movie is coming. Let's see. Dandelion, members of the Angel Federation Send-Off Department. This seems neat. It's coming to Netflix. It seems pretty neat. Here we go. Please, please, please actually come out in 7 days and 10 hours. Dorohedoro, Season 1, was in Netflix jail, where the series aired on television in Japan. And then they waited for every episode to come out and then put it out all at once. And the people that really wanted to see it already had watched fan subs of it, and there were a lot of people that didn't know about it, and it sucked because it's such a good show. Now, Doro is a lot. It is visually unnerving. It is gorgeous, but also in a like grotesque way. I think it is a phenomenal series. I think the first season is fantastic. I'm so excited we actually get a second season. I'm thrilled that Mappa is doing this season. My issues with Mappa aside, I think it'll be fantastic. I'm very excited for it. Please, please, please actually come out in 7 days and 10 hours. This is the reason why I'm getting Netflix. It's because I need to see the show. I'm very excited. It's also coming to... Okay. Oh, I didn't even know this. Okay. It's also coming to Crunchyroll. So that means it definitely is coming out because Crunchyroll does not do the wait till it all comes out and release it. So at the very least, I can watch it. I have Netflix for other reasons, but I might watch it on Netflix because the season 1 is there. That's right. There's a pilot promotional video that doesn't count. I don't care about that. Go for it, Nakamura-kun. I don't think I'll watch that. Love Through a Prism. I guess they considered that it... I don't know why it's in this core, because it was in last core or whatever. The special episode for My Hero Academia. It's coming out May 2nd. Please, look, if Crunchyroll doesn't put this out, it'll be out there and we'll be able to see it, right? There's no way that someone isn't going to fan sub the special episode more. But also, Crunchyroll's going to fucking put that shit out. Nippon Goku. I don't think I'm going to check that out. I don't know what season 1 is. This is a show for kids. Pretty Cure. Rent-a-Girlfriend season 5. You know what I think about fucking Rent-a-Girlfriend. This is the Blu-ray bundle episode for Dark History of the Incarnate Villainous. The Food Diaries of Miss Maid seems fucking cute as hell. A girl who is a maid has to spend a year eating good food in Japan. The show. Crunchyroll picked this up. Fuck yeah. It's streamed a week in advance on it's on Amoeba and Unext, okay? Sub 2 was streamed on April 1st. Regular broadcast begins April 5th. Okay, that's weird. Streamers are doing this thing occasionally where they air the second episode before the first episode airs, like early, and I don't know why they're doing it, but they are doing it. It's weird. The Strongest Job is apparently not a hero or a sage, but a praiser provisional. This is an isekai. I don't particularly like... I don't particularly like the manga, so I'm probably not going to watch this one. And that's it. Ooh, okay, all right. This only this video was 2 hours and 2 minutes. 3 minutes, sorry. I am now going to end this video, and then I will say goodbye to the people watching live. So I will say, if you made it this far in this video on YouTube, please like the video. Consider sharing this with a friend. Tune in. I will do more videos constantly. Every 2 weeks, there's a new episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club. Thank you for watching this very long edition of it. Goodbye.